What's going on, guys? It's Jesse Danger. Welcome back to another video, and as many of you may know, Cruella finally got her live-action debut, and I honestly can't think of anything in this movie that I didn't like. The characters were great, the soundtrack was great, the high scenes were great, and the costume design was amazing. Everything about this movie screams 10 out of 10, and I loved it. Today, I'm going to talk about why this movie deserves such a good rating and why it is one of my favorite Disney remakes ever. Maybe my favorite. This is my review for Cruella. Before I say anything, I just want to let you know that there will be small spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen the movie yet and you want to remain completely spoil-free, then go watch the movie, then come back to this video. Or I guess if you don't care, just watch this movie anyway. Video. That's what I meant. Just watch this video anyway. Let's just hop into it. First thing I want to say is this is one of, if not the longest Disney remakes there is, standing at 2 hours and 14 minutes, right next to Beauty and the Beast, which is 2 hours and 10 minutes. One of the reasons why I like this movie so much is I didn't really feel like there was any filler at all. Let me explain that. I feel like with most movies, you can cut out a couple scenes, maybe make some scenes shorter, and the movie would be just fine without them. In this movie, I don't think so. In fact, I think it's the complete opposite. With this movie, every scene plays a vital role to the story. And you're sitting there in your seat, you're not thinking, when will this scene be over? Please let this scene end. You're sitting there in your seat thinking, I want to see more of this scene. When will there be more? And that's why I love this movie so much. That's what makes it so enjoyable to watch, is you're not waiting for it to end. You're waiting to see more of this story. Now, the first real topic I want to talk about in this review is characters. Emma Stone's, the first thing I want to say is Emma Stone's performance as Cruella is perfect. It's amazing. She really helped bring the character to life, in my opinion. And after seeing her performance in this movie, I can't imagine anyone else taking on the role. Also, along with her, I loved almost every single character in this movie. Artie, Jasper, John, Horace, the Baroness. Actually, I hated her, but that was the point, so A+. Seriously, I liked the Baroness until I found out she was the villain. Her insults to everyone and her snotty comments just told us even more about her character. And I even liked her after I knew she was evil, because she played the role of a villain so good, and the entire point of her character was to hate her as the villain, and she shows that so well. Also, let me add that I think the Baroness is one of the best Disney villains that we have ever seen in a Disney remake. Maybe the best. She's definitely played the role amazingly, and just like with Cruella, I can't imagine anyone else playing her besides Emma Thompson. Also, let me add that Horace is probably one of, if not my favorite characters in this movie. He is clever, he's smart, which is kind of the same thing, and he's hysterical in the movie. I laughed at almost every single thing he said. He's really the entire package when it comes to characters. Everyone in this movie played their characters so well, and everyone was perfectly cast, in my opinion. The next thing I want to talk about is soundtrack. I loved the soundtrack in this movie. Every song in this movie goes so well with the scene that it's played in. And honestly, I just love all these songs by themselves. And actually, one thing that I really like is the movie, the songs in this movie work pretty well with the timeline. The movie is set in the 1970s, and the oldest song in this movie is Should I Stay or Should I Go, which came out in 1981. So that's a little bit ahead, but other than that, every other song came out either before or during the 1970s, which is perfect. Overall, I loved the soundtrack for this movie, and I think the songs were perfectly chosen. Next thing I want to talk about is the heist scenes, particularly the first one and another one that I'll get to in a bit. The first heist scene is really the best, the one where they're trying to get the necklace. Cruella's mother's necklace. The first thing that I loved about this scene is when Cruella first walks in. She asks someone for a match, and you know it's Cruella, but you're not expecting her to pull out a match and burn the white silk way to reveal the same red dress that the Baroness designed. And that's honestly the perfect revenge move, is to show up to the ball, a black and white ball, wearing a colored dress that the Baroness created. The other one that I want to talk about right now is the scene with the moths. This has to be the perfect revenge for Cruella to pull. When all of the dresses are put into the safe, and they sneak tons and tons of moths in there to destroy all of the dresses, using moths to destroy the Baroness's dresses. That's perfect. The one thing that the Baroness is obsessed with, the one thing that matters to the Baroness, Cruella went straight at it, and that is genius, in my opinion. Next, I want to talk about costume design. The costume design in this movie is, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the movie itself. Every dress that Estella / Cruella creates is amazing and really shows off her talent as a seamstress, and it just is perfect. I think personally my favorite outfit / dress in this movie is the first red dress that we see Cruella wearing to the Baroness's black and white ball, because this dress is just so, in my opinion, important to Cruella, because this dress stemmed from the very first dress that Estella made for the Baroness when she very first started working there. And I would say my second favorite outfit in this movie comes when the Baroness sees that Cruella is putting on a show to distract everyone from the Baroness's party and come to the stage, and we finally see Cruella in her Dalmatian patterned coat. That is perfect. And honestly, in my opinion, it's total revenge, because the Baroness is always thinking she killed my dogs and made them into coat. In reality, she didn't. She just used fabric. But that's what you think. You think that she would do that, kill the dogs to make her coat. But in reality, that's not it at all. So that, in my opinion, was perfect. Overall, the costume design in this movie was amazing. And if it doesn't win an award for costume design, best costume design, it should at least get nominated. And one last thing that I want to point out before I end this video is the plot twist of the Baroness being Cruella's actual birth mother. Now, I watched this movie again yesterday before doing this video, just to add any finishing touches to see if there's anything else that I wanted to say. And I actually noticed something that I didn't quite notice the first time seeing this in the theater. Notice how at the beginning, when the woman is giving birth to Cruella, notice how we never see her face. So we don't know who is actually giving birth to Cruella. We always just assume that it was Catherine, the woman, because she's always with Cruella and she walks out with her in the stroller. We always just assume she's the mom. We never even suspect the Baroness to be her actual birth mother. That little detail at the beginning just makes the plot twist at the end of the Baroness being Cruella's actual birth mom that much more surprising, and it is the perfect setup in my opinion. So there you go, guys. That was my review for Cruella. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked this movie as much as I did. I was shocked at how much I liked this movie. I was expecting to like it, but I liked it 10 times more than I was expecting to. It was incredible and definitely one of my favorite Disney remakes yet. I'm going to be doing some more movie reviews upcoming on my channel, so stay tuned for those. I have some other videos coming very soon. Stay tuned for those. In the meantime, subscribe, like, share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.